Hey, girl. Hey. And live from San Diego, California, it's Miss Mims.
Miss Mims live. Oh,
Live,
are you there to
live.
entertain the troops, Mims?
Yes, I am, at least 3 times a piece.
Thanks for the memories.
So, girl, let me tell you,
Yes.
I got in to this room at 12 o'clock last night, which
Okay.
is 3 a.m. your time.
All right. All right. That is
But
late
when
for
I
you.
got here, this I'm in corporate housing because executive fish,
Executive fish and
executive
me.
fish.
That VP tilapia.
Yes,
Yes.
VP tilapias. Throw me in that lake and breed
Honey,
me.
you
Wait,
ain't.
what?
That's right. Actually, you know what though? You up in San Diego now, so you more of a sea bass.
Thank you for not calling me a whale. Anyway, so I
I would.
got here.
I would never do that. Oh my god.
I'm more of a seal.
Girl, you can't keep your lips sealed.
Anyway, truth to fiction. Anyway, anyway, so I got
Dear
here.
listeners, we didn't talk last week, so that's why we're kind of
It's
extra
true.
crazy.
So I got in, and the fire alarm was beeping because it needed new battery at
Oh
12:15 in the morning.
no,
And I Googled, and I was like, Google machine, is there CVS nearby that's open? No, there is not. Thanks, Google machine.
isn't there a CVS everywhere? It should
Not
have been a
that's open,
Walgreens, girl. Walgreens.
girl. There wasn't any. I'm in a kind of residential area.
Oh,
So
ew.
I got up, I got my ass up, I took out the battery, and I unplugged the bitch.
Ooh, that's that catfish butchness.
Girl, I made sure there was another one in the bedroom because
Wait,
in case of earthquake, I did
you
not
still
want.
talking about the batteries?
Oh God! So then, after I dealt with that, I the heat. The heat wasn't on, but the air conditioner wasn't on either, and it was 82 degrees in this
Oh
mofo.
Lord, that is too much for you.
And I am like Mr. Bernie Sanders, who says that all hotel rooms should be set at 65 whenever he decides to stay at one. So that is my favorite fact about that man. That he it's 65 degree. The hotel room must be at 65 degrees when he gets there, otherwise he will raise hell. It's the only thing he'll raise hell about.
He's a penguin.
A little Jewish penguin, I guess. Well, wait, the penguin was kind of a Jewish stereotype, wasn't it?
Was it?
I kinda. He was Eastern European with a big nose, really rich.
That was a thing. Wow,
Yes,
I didn't know
yes.
that.
Did you know that whole book, Witches?
Witches, like the
Witches.
witches.
Yeah, that's
I
all
never
about.
read that. I mean, I saw the movie, but I never read
Yeah,
it. But
that's a Jewish stereotype too. Yeah,
ooh,
yeah. Roald
okay,
Roald Dahl
Roald
was a
Dahl.
little anti-Semitic sometimes.
Ooh,
Anyway, where was I going with this?
reading is problematic.
Reading is problematic and fundamental. Uh, so yeah, I got to bed at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning this time, and had to be up at like 7. So I'm
Gotcha.
running on like negative 5 hours
You're
sleep,
running
girl.
on empty. Okay, that makes more sense now because I was super confused. I was like, why is she saying she's tired?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
very
It's
confused.
only 7. It's only 7:42 here, but here I am.
I was like, I done all this stuff around the house, and
I would like to interject something about RuPaul's Drag Race, though.
yes, RuPaul's Drag Race.
I would just like to wonder why Evie Oddly didn't get put in the title too. I'm just going.
I think.
I'm not going to say Raja because Raja didn't deserve it, but Evie Oddly.
Well, I think that you know what it is. I think that it's that the one factor that I will say is
That she was the best part of both skits.
I didn't think she was the best part of both skits.
Both skits.
I don't
Both
agree with
skits.
that. Like to me, now this is just me, right? This might be
Uh-huh.
controversial, but
Well, be brave, girl. Be brave.
I just thought her Big Bad Wolf. I like the Big Bad Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
but I also thought the Big Bad Wolf was super one note. like super
And Raj's
one note.
wasn't. You
Oh,
know,
I thought Raja's was
okay,
too.
people have been going on and on and on about how great Raja was.
I don't
I'm like,
understand because all she did was dress like Iris Arpel and
Apple.
is that it? I thought it was Arpel.
I thought I
ARPL.
thought it was APFEL.
I might not know. I don't
Anyway,
know. And you know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
That's literally all she did. Like that's literally what she did. It wasn't even like a
Mm-mm.
new character. Like
No, no. Girl, I'm just want to tell you, I'm so glad we aren't recording both today because I have not watched the other one yet.
Hoochie, what?
Girl, I've had life,
Honey,
not the cereal.
it's not easy to record 2 on a weekday.
It's not.
No,
It's
it
not.
is not.
Girl, let me tell you what happened today in San Diego.
Yes.
One more thing that I need to tell you about.
Yes.
So I'm here
Yes.
with a coworker. She's something. Anyway,
I knew as soon as you like went quiet for a second. I was like, oh no.
we were driving down the street and going to get dinner.
Mhm. Okay, as you do.
And she said, so we're in like some pretty decent apartments. Okay, they're about
Okay.
for a 1 bedroom, they're about $3,000 a month, that's pretty normal for San Diego. Like it's on the lower end of luxury, upper end of normal.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a normal apartment. It's a nice normal
Okay.
apartment.
All right. All right.
So she said to me as we were turning out of these apartments, I am just surprised. Well, wait. I'm not a racist,
Oh no.
but I'm really surprised that there are this many Hispanic people in this complex.
In San Diego.
To which I then said, ma'am, San Diego's upwards of 50% Hispanic. Where are they going to live?
Like literally. Like literally. It's spitting distance from Mexico.
Like Tijuana is right across that border over there.
My friends used to regularly go there.
Did they get their lips done?
I didn't say my drag friends. I just said my friends. They're two different things. Girl,
uh-huh.
let me
They got
tell
their
you,
teeth
by the
done
way.
then. Go on.
Let me tell you, by the way. Yes, they did that. Let me tell you, by the way. There is a mess brewing on our little local social media because 2 different drag personalities are at war because one was renting a room from the other one, and it has turned into. I can't wait to send you some of the screen captures. It is
Girl, in the Raleighwood, there was a drag queen that rented a room from another drag queen. Girl, that other one of the drag queens that was renting was a mess. I mean, like shit on the walls mess.
You better stop.
I know, right, girl? I know, right? Her name is. I'm gonna message it to you right now. Oh goodness! Here we go.
So while you're doing that, let me
Uh-huh.
ask this another RuPaul question.
Uh-huh.
So far, based on the competition at the moment,
Uh-huh.
who do you think is going to be in the final 4?
Jinx.
Well, that's a given.
I mean, I think it's gonna be Jinx, Trinity, I think Shay's gonna pull it out somehow,
Mhm.
and I think the 4th is gonna be Raj because she's gonna get pass.
What do you mean she's going to get passed? What do you mean pass?
I
What
mean,
does that mean?
she's one of RuPaul's friends.
Honey, but I mean, I thought that Raj's pass was the fact that she was just on the show. Why am I not surprised? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Why am I not surprised?
And then got pissed when she got called out about it and like threatened to scene and like got to the point that they had to change the locks and throw all of her shit out of the house. Or I don't even know if they threw it out or just tossed it out, but whatever.
They burned that stuff, girl. That was an
Burn it.
effigy. That was an
Burn it.
effigy.
Burn it in her four good teeth. Burn it.
I can't with you today. Like you are on a different level today.
Oh God. Oh God. Speaking of a different level, Maim, did you
Yes, my love.
know that we have a Patreon?
I keep hearing about this word. Yeah, I've heard that we do. I also heard that a few people have discovered it and are actually giving money to
we
it.
are actually getting money. We will. I've reached out to I've reached out to all three. I need to check and see if I've gotten responses back from everybody yet.
Come on,
that
y'all,
sort of thing.
get back to us so we can do our
And
special
so,
episodes for you.
anyway, it's at patreon.com. Mims and Maim. You can throw us some money there. Maim, did you know that we have another podcast?
I think we forget we do, but I do know that we have another podcast.
Well, this is our bread and butter. They always loved me in Canada.
They love me in Canada. David's gonna produce my one-man Hamlet off Broadway, and the world is gonna rediscover our major talents. David, you believe David? Sorry.
Anyway,
sorry.
So this is the what are we? It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder She Wrote podcast.
Murder She Wrote podcast.
Oh my God, girl! Let me get my pad out and see where we're at.
Get your pad out here.
Yeah, I'm getting my pads out.
Not your booty pads.
Lord, there it is. Wait, what? What? That's not what I want.
Well, thank you for reminding me. I need to wash my pads.
You need to watch your what?
I need to wash my pads before Thursday.
Oh Lord! Uh-oh.
Girl, I got so much stuff to do. Lord have mercy. They got me representing the drag community at a live webinar run by the Palm Beach County Library Association talking about the art of drag.
You gonna bullshit for like 2 hours?
I hope it ain't 2 hours long. I think it's just for an hour. I hope it's for an hour.
Your artistry.
It ain't just gonna be me, which thank the Lord. It's not just gonna be me.
You know what we didn't talk about?
No.
Jinx Monsoon doing her master class and doing Snatch Game. We did not.
Girl.
We never actually talked about that.
Girl.
And I would like to say, I actually think her Natasha Lyonne as a character was better than no, don't get me wrong. Hilarious, but just as a fully formed character.
So here's what I would say. Her Natasha Lyonne was better. I agree with you. But her Judy commanded that game.
But when you heard Trinity in the background correcting her,
like literally, like she commanded that game.
It's true.
And so I was just like, I literally, when it happened, I just was like stare. You can ask my husband. I was literally in awe, especially like just before the end when she's like, "Do I have time for one more?" I lost everything because that's me, like that is my form of drag. Like that is it.
Yes.
So when she did that, I was just like, once again, it's that thing I need every once in a while, right? That validation of everything I'm doing is exactly what it should be. I'm doing everything exactly the way I want to do it, and I'm gonna keep on doing it that way.
Have you ever figured out who you would do as? I know we've talked about it before, but have you ever thought about again who you'd be in Snatch Game?
It's difficult because for me, I think about all of the characters that I do in improv, right? Like the things that like the not people, but the character types that I do. And I mean, I tend to get the most laughs when I do more Southern characters. And I also tend to get a lot of laughs when I do super like dry characters.
You know, you should try. It'd be kind of hard to do, but Sally Field would be a good one for you. But she's not funny, right? Like, I
Well,
don't
she's
know how
not
you.
funny, but I think, but the thing is, though, I think for me, right, for me personally, the thing that, the reason why I don't actually have a worry too much about the
Uh-huh.
characterization of it, well, there's two reasons, and this is not like a humble brag. This is just a fact.
Well,
Number
okay.
one,
It's not a humble brag. It's just
well,
a
because I don't
fact,
want
dear
people to be like,
listeners.
oh, well, of course he's gonna say that because he's not even on the show, right? Number one is I am, as we all know, my brain
Yes.
is literally it is soaked to the bone in pop culture.
Yes.
So all of the jokes, all of the things that RuPaul throws at people, all of
Uh-huh.
those things, I know everything he's talking about, like
Uh-huh. It's true.
literally. So I wouldn't worry about that part. And number two, I've from doing improv for 6 years, it's not that hard to stay in character,
It's true.
right? I do it every week for I just did a fucking improv musical,
Yeah.
so it's like things like that. I'm not that worried. I would just have to legitimately pick who in the world it would actually be.
Okay. Okay. It is time.
Is it time?
It is time.
Is it time?
This is season 3, episode 5. Big Haas and Little Falsie.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Oh my god, I could be Della Reese.
Actually, girl, it, you know who I think you could be? Because
No.
when people do things, they do characters of them.
Yes.
What about Chris Tucker from Fifth Element?
That's so funny that you would say that. Me and my friends are actually going to be going to it's coming back to the theater for the 25th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
And we were just talking about it today because my friend, actually our person who gave us $69
Uh-huh.
is arranging our like friend group date for us to all go see it.
I mean,
And she said that too. She was like, "You basically are him." And I was like,
the
"Oh, good for
problem
you."
is, the problem is, the problem is, that is a lot of energy to exert.
It is.
And girl, do they make enough
See,
uppers for you to do that?
this is the thing about the character works. It frustrates me a lot, actually. I don't like you, by the way. It frustrates me a lot, which is I get upset when they give a celebrity, but then they're not the actual celebrity.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are a character. Could you imagine if Monet had said, "Monet, who are you gonna be? I'm gonna be Shanae." Great. Now
Yeah.
RuPaul knows how to play with that. Not
Yeah.
I'm going to be Martin Lawrence, because then you show up as Shanae. If
If
RuPaul
you
has
were
a
going to be
set of
Martin
traditions.
Lawrence, you be all the fucking characters.
Right. Be
Not just Shanae.
Shanae. Be
You
big
change your
mama.
shit.
Right. Could you imagine if
Like,
halfway through he turned into Big Mama?
I think I don't like Monet. I never really have. I think she's more talented than Bob. Not more talented. Let me phrase.
I think she's more entertaining than Bob.
There you go. Although some of Bob's stand-up is pretty funny.
I think that she just happened to be.
End of list.
Yeah.
Where's Sugar Bakers?
Sugar Baker.
And Charlene is looking for her Cosmo.
Charlene, where's your Cosmo, girl?
I don't know. It had some big tits on the front of it, though.
I bet Charlene reads Garden and Gun, too.
Southern Living, Garden and Gun, Our Home, the Parade magazine and the Sunday paper.
Oh, yes. I bet she looks forward to that, too. She's like, oh, girl,
I
where's
love
my parade? Suzanne, where'd you put my parade?
Anyway, Suzanne's reading it. Suzanne's just reading the Cosmo. At least she
Yes.
didn't do the quiz inside. I bet you Charlene would have been pretty pissed.
Yes, because they love those.
Have you been watching the new season of Hacks yet?
No, I haven't started it yet.
Girl,
No, I'm gonna. I know.
did you watch Heartstopper yet?
No,
Did you watch anything
don't.
I've suggested to you yet?
The last few weeks, I've been just sewing a lot, getting Pride
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, yeah,
ready.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can put it on while you sew.
I don't like if it's something I really want to watch, though. I don't like doing
Girl,
that.
you could put on Encanto while you sew, because I know it's something you don't really want to watch.
I do want to watch. I just don't understand. Everybody keeps talking about it. It's wonderful. Also, it's very traumatic. I'm like, I
It's
don't
about
know.
family trauma. You're gonna cry. It's if you still know how. It'll be fine.
Squish, squish, honey. Squish,
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 squeaky.
squish,
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 squeaky. Squish, squish. That's what I've been watching, by the way. That's what I've been having playing on while I've been sewing for days and days and days.
That's not good for your psyche because then you'll end up like one of them.
So as soon as she said Cosmo, I was like, Cosmo sex quiz. Come on, darling, Cosmo sex quiz.
God. So we also found out that Suzanne has been stealing the perfume samples because she's down on her luck, as we know from previous episodes.
We haven't talked about it for a long time.
But she convinces Charlene to let her have them because she says, when your housekeeper starts waxing your legs, then you can come talk to me. We also find out that Julia hates them. Like, she goes on and on about how much she hates them.
There was way too much dialogue about that.
And says that he just agrees with them on everything because they get so riled up, and he just wants them to know that he supports them.
I support you.
I support you. This is a really good Anthony episode, by the way. I just want to throw that out
No,
there.
it is. Yeah, if it's Anthony, Mary Jo, or the VIPs this time.
Yes,
definitely.
yes. So Julia then looks for a letter from Payne.
Has Payne wrote? I know I had a letter from Payne here. Where'd that letter go?
Suzanne has it.
Suzanne.
Well, Mary Jo's here. Apparently,
Mary Jo.
Apparently she's not late this time because we didn't say that.
Yeah, she didn't say it at this time.
No. And so she's just chit-chatting, walking around. And Suzanne opens up a letter. She's like, well, my God, I have Faith in Begora. I've got a check for $3,000, and I didn't even have to do anything for it.
Faith in Begora.
It's from my Uncle Dude.
Julia? We don't have an Uncle Dude.
No. But Mary Jo did.
Oh, Suzanne, you have got the gall, girl, opening people's mail like that. I'm going to have to report you to the Postmaster General.
So no one's seen him for years, we find out. But he did used to go to all the family reunions with his old dog. And the old dog was named Old Dog. And he had a brown suit that he used to wear, and Aunt Ione, used to ask him about it, ask if it was a new suit, and you said, well, I got this after WW2, and I only wear it at special occasions, so it basically is a new suit. And this brings me to names like Ione, Eula. These names that you could only find in the South from a certain...
I was going to say, I literally know people named those two names.
Yes. There was another one.
Esther.
Oni. There was an Oni. Esther. Eunice is one.
Oh, Eunice. We've known a good Eunice.
Yeah, pour a sip on the concrete for Eunice.
Ooh, we love Eunice. Lord have mercy. Rest in peace, Eunice. Rest in pastries, girl.
Rest in pastries.
I think it's appropriate for Eunice.
Mm-hmm.
I was I mean, think about it though. Like, even in my own family, right? Like, we have had a Mildred, I've had a Josephine, I've had the whole thing.
So I was talking to nicknames back when I worked in Wilson, North Carolina.
Wilson, girl.
I was talking to somebody. She was talking about her family reunion, and I just said, well, I would like for you to tell cousin Junebug and them that I said hi. And she just stopped dead in her tracks and said, "How did
She's
you
like,
know?
"How you know Junebug?"
How do you know Junebug?" I was like, because everybody.
You could have said Junebug. You could have said TT. You could have been. I have a Junebug in my family.
I know you do. I know you do. Oh God. So Charlene looks at her and goes, "You must have loved him very much." And Mary Jo just goes, "No."
Once again, Mary Jo's a VIP this episode. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we went to speaking of Mary Jo, my husband and I went to a wedding 2 weeks ago. Not ours, where I married. We went to a very southern country wedding where
Ooh, I
people
bet the
gave us
food
side
was
eyes because
good.
I put my arm around him. It's one
Was
of
the
those.
food good? Was the food good? Oh.
Okay. Um,
Oh, it's a white southern wedding. Okay.
he said that one of my old coworkers, sounds just like Annie Potts. And then when he said that, I was like, "Oh my God, she does." And I
Like
think
Annie Potts, or Annie Potts is Mary Jo?
Annie Potts is Mary Jo Annie Potts because she's from Tennessee.
No, I know that, but like if you hear Mary Jo make Annie Potts talk normally, she's not that deeply southern.
Oh, she's my old coworker's that southern.
Okay,
And
that's what
that like in that register and everything, and just the way she enunciates and the way she tells stories, it's very. And it never put two and two together when he said. I was like, "Oh my God,
I love that.
I love it
love
too.
that.
It's so good." Anyway,
So
so we're
fortunate.
back on this. Where are we at? So the only thing the Uncle Dude said was
Mhm.
to spend it on something frivolous.
Can you pronounce that for everybody, please?
Frivolous.
Mims is saying frivolous, everyone. Frivolous.
Frivolous.
If you didn't actually watch the episode, Maine is saying frivolous.
Maim is saying frivolous?
Mims, sorry. Don't listen to
Frivolous.
me. It's getting late, so my brain is already
Girl, what are you
scattered
talking
too.
about? It's late here too. It's 8:05. Ooh, the witching hour.
Bitching hour.
Every moment of my life. Oh, God.
It runs through the veins. Sorry.
My xylem and phloem. Phloem is such a good word, isn't it? Oh, God. That's who you should be, David Attenborough.
Okay, you're gonna think this is. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be so funny, dear listeners. I know that you all have heard our backstory and the fact that we've been best friends for a very long time.
Too long.
But let me just tell you, the fact that you said what you just said,
Uh-huh.
we played a round of Squirrel Nut Tree, which is an improv warm-up game this weekend, and literally one of my characters was David Attenborough. I can't with you. I can't.
Oh, God.
I would love to be that character, though. By the way, that actually would.
So
be a
I
good
have
character.
I have an anime for you. I know you'll watch an anime. It's
I'll
on
watch all of them when I have time.
it's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called Comey Can't Communicate. Have you watched
I've watched it. I love it.
Okay.
I love
okay,
it. I love
okay.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it so
Just
very much. I love it
Me
so very
laughing
much.
reminds myself of Najimy in that.
Oh my gosh.
And have you watched the movie? It's a couple years old now, so you may have Booksmart.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's got the girl that's funny girl now, right? Beanie
Yes.
Feldstein
Who's
or
if you ever want to read a really damning review, read that one.
Oh, honey, I read all of them, and they. And I'm a member of this group. I've told you about it before. I've sent you screen captures, the Broadway Remembers group.
Uh-huh.
And some of those people legit were angry because they were like, people like one person, this was recent because that's been out for a bit now. One person literally wrote a thing that said every review for a revival or anything that always speaks about the original should just be ignored. And I was like,
Okay.
dang, because apparently they went to go see Funny Girl, and they were like, it was wonderful. It was
Okay.
so entertaining,
Okay.
and it was just like they were. I mean, it was just so crazy because they like this person just made this giant like, okay, great, I'm gonna write my I'm gonna write my speech now about this whole thing. I was like, all right, girl,
So Suzanne said that she'd buy a blouse.
I could see
And
that.
Charlie's like, a $3,000 blouse? She's like, yeah, 3,000. And she had a very specific one.
I mean, that's how much that Balenciaga Simpsons bag was that I wanted really bad.
Mm-hmm. You could probably get it at Marshall's now.
No, it's actually, but Saks Fifth Avenue does have it on for sale now, like 30% off.
Yeah, there you go.
I still can't justify it. I want
Just
to.
wait
but
for
I
it to
still
go
can't.
to. Have you started looking at off Saks to see if they've got one that's mildly damaged that looks fun?
No.
Girl, do that.
Oh, should I go to like the store itself or just look online?
I would go to this. I would both. If you've got one near you, just start scoping
We
it
do.
out.
I have one literally right down the street.
Yeah. I mean, look online, but also go there because you're in the perfect area for it too.
Yeah, it's right next to the Marshalls at Sawgrass Mills.
Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx, and Saks with Alpha Saks.
There's no Ross in the Sawgrass Mills Mall, but it is across the street from it.
So Charlene would buy TV telephones.
Yes.
Dear listeners, there were these things called TV telephones.
They were so popular.
That were basically a modem, a very small modem that would send poor resolution photos over the telephone wires. And like they have color ones that they were not color. They were black and white if I remember correctly. Like they were.
I love it. I think things like that whenever we watch these things from like this or Murder She Wrote, I always think to myself about how modern things now, folks have already forgotten what things used to be like when they talk about people faking the moon landing and they're like, do you know how fast technology has evolved? It's not.
Mary Jo is going to get cosmetic surgery.
I'm sorry, what?
And Suzanne knows what it is.
I mean, it can't be it's not.
She's going to get a boob job.
Oh, Mary Jo. You have such a perfect little figure.
Charlene says you have such a darling figure.
Darling.
And Mary Jo's like, you know what? That's just what you big breasts would call a littlest angel.
I mean, it's true. Remember, that was actually that was one of the jokes in Thoroughly Modern Millie. Remember, there was that whole thing when she talked about Mary Tyler Moore and her pearls hanging the way they were supposed to.
I mean, so. I don't know because I've never seen the movie. Yes, I know we've been through this. But you know what? I wasn't alive when that came out, girl.
But you have missed the actual moments where the words raspberries came to fruition. There's more than one scene.
Well, it's just Carol Channing being Carol Channing all over the place.
And your point is...
Anyway, where are we at here? So she also wraps Julia into being a littlest angel.
Yes, which I never realized that Julia was small-chested.
She's not really.
Oh.
She's kind of average, like.
Yeah, I thought she was just like.
She's not Jean Smart or. Actually, I don't really know if Jean Smart is that.
She always wears such blousey blouses.
And I mean, in watching Hacks, she doesn't look like she's got that big of a chest.
I don't know. Suzanne, on the other hand.
Yeah. So Mary Jo says, didn't you ever feel insecure growing up around that? Julia says, Mother and Daddy and I used to just, they came out like that. Mother and Daddy and I used to just sit around and stare at them all day.
I thought it was funny
Uh,
that this was maybe because of the scene itself. Suzanne's outfit was very much emphasizing her bust this time. So I was like, y'all knew what you were doing.
And Julia says that she was amply compensated, which was a dumb joke. And Suzanne and Charlene did not appreciate that.
Nope.
And Suzanne asked, well, where'd that littlest angel thing come from anyway? What's the name of a training bra? Suzanne, you had to train yours, and you call us stupid. Point to Miss Sugarbaker.
It is a point. I never did understand that term. I never understood that term.
It's to give girls the feeling of wearing a bra. Like to get them used to it.
So you're supposed to get it before you even get breast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's just to get. I mean, it's something. It's probably a chastity thing or something men developed, or a sex thing that men developed, because men are gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
Men are gross.
It would be nice if we could come up with something that's not a brassiere, like something that is probably comfortable for women.
Yeah.
I don't, because I do know that larger chested women do need to wear them, because
girl, let me just tell you,
I kind of want to wear one every once in a while.
Let me just say, I feel terrible sometimes for women, honestly, for being a drag queen, because I am obviously not one of the RuPaul fashion girls, so I do like having boobies strapped to my chest, and some of those bras, I literally am like, my God, why is this so uncomfortable?
Yeah. The best feeling bra I ever bought was one of the cheap ass ones from Walmart that
those
had
t-shirt bras.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, size.
I mean, we have to have a big size anyway.
4H, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah, like we have to have. I mean, we have to have big size.
I was in the 4H club.
Good job, girl. Good job. Look at you.
I know. Where are we at with this?
4H
Lord. My brain is shut. So
she goes for a consultation next.
Yes, and Suzanne has the name of the best breast person in the business. She got a contestant from Miss Georgia in trouble by revealing that she had a boob job. I love Suzanne Sugarbaker so much.
Everything she does. Everything she does. I love it.
This is me. Just throwing this out there. This is me. You always said I was Julia, but I'm also Suzanne.
Well, I said you're just a sugar baker,
Bernice.
Period. Yeah, you're just a sugar baker, period.
Yeah, maybe I'm perky. Maybe that's what I am.
You're more of a perky. I'm kind of, unfortunately, a mixture of Mary Jo and Bernice.
God. So wait, you're the woman who replaced Charlene.
BJ?
Darlene.
Oh, her
cousin, not.
Don't scare me like that. I thought you meant BJ. I was like, what?
Well, no. So
who did BJ replace? I don't even know who did BJ replace. I don't even remember. Like,
Julia Duffy.
Oh.
Or Patricia Duffy. Is it Julia Duffy? Patricia Duffy.
This is Julia Duffy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a little bit later on. Let's go in the future. So we're in the future, and Mary Jo shows up in the ugliest pink sweater. It's one of those that sits in the middle with the little cord that pulls tight.
I was so mad at that outfit.
And
I was so
my
mad.
husband was like, was this a thing? I was like, yes, husband. That was an 80s thing. What is the purpose of this thing? To show off your breasts, husband. Why don't you own such a thing? Because I don't want to show off my breasts, husband. Anyway.
Now, I will say this.
And,
right?
Well, Mary Jo does have breasts at this point. Continue.
She does. I want to ask you, why were the breasts so low? They were low in that, because when she wears when she goes in the next
she's
swing,
wearing them low, but at the same time, I think That's where she's got a very long torso.
No,
Okay.
because later when they're at the bar, they are in the right position.
Then it was for wardrobe.
I mean, come on, y'all. Like that. I mean, because the thing is like the dress itself emphasized
Yeah.
that they were too low
You
because
know,
of the way it was
it
shaped.
could have been a part of the cinching that just made them look bad. Okay. I tried.
That dress, though, that sweater was ooh.
So the operation is exactly $3,000.
So what is that? Is that not? I guess that includes tax. What's like
I don't know, girl.
It's
Don't.
strange that they would
Okay,
calculate
let's.
everything to the exact dollar amount.
Well, it's like a used car dealership. They write it down on the piece of paper and slide it across from you.
and then you write the number.
Back, you slide it back. Yeah. So Mary Jo asked Julia to. Julia's very comfortable by all this. She's got 3 little pillows that she's just holding onto in front of her for comfort. And Mary Jo asks her to squeeze them. And Julia politely declines.
I started getting triggered for my karaoke show. I'm literally like, this is what happens every week.
And then Charlene, she's like, well, Charlene, you feel them. So Charlene squeezes them. Anthony walks in and just goes straight through.
I'm telling you, the number of straight women that have asked to grab my tits.
Yep.
I'm just like, what? You have some. I don't understand.
So Suzanne has the best advice, which is go bigger. I just think you should get your money's worth.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mary Jo says that she's going to take Julia out to get a drink. And she wants to prove that the breasts will attract more men than her littlest angel friend. And Julia's like, well, I've never had a more insulting invitation than that.
the back and forth in this episode is so good.
And then Mary Jo talks about a bank teller that was always been rude to her, but then she just put her boobs up on the counter and talked to her. And like she got so much respect from doing that. Oh, God.
They were so. I'm telling you, this is by far all the way into season 3. This is the best Mary Jo episode that we've had. Like letting her really just do. She showcased like everything on this episode,
It's
like
true.
voices and physical comedy and the whole.
It's
we
true.
haven't got to see any of this for 2 seasons.
So Anthony compliments Mary Jo's sweater. And then Mary Jo and Charlene leave to go do what they need to do. And Anthony has the line of the thing. There they go. Big Haas and little Falsie.
I love it so much.
So now we're at drinks. We're at drinks.
God,
and the bartender asks, well, how many of you are there? And Julia says, well, there's 4, but only 2 of us are going to drink. And 2 charming gentlemen callers approach. Mary Jo turns around and says, well, what attracted you to us? And they both go, well, your sense of humor.
Which is the dumbest answer.
And she goes, well, if my breasts were not this big, would you have beelined over here and say hello? And Julia does some fantastic comedy in the background, takes the white wine and just chugs it all like in one gulp. Like she's facing the bed, she turns around, chugs the wine back. I love that. That is one of my favorite moments Dixie Carter does in this entire series.
Yep.
Well, the other guys turn around and say, well, you caught us. It was your boobs. And then Julia goes to pay the check, and some random guy paid the bill because men are gross.
That guy. So once again, this is like those. These are like those flashback triggers, right? Like as soon as I saw that, like before they panned over, I could see that guy's face in my mind. I was like, he is still exactly as creepy as I remember him being.
Well, now it's later again, and it's the day that Mary Jo is supposed to have the operation. Apparently, she's going to come straight to work after having a major operation. Whatever.
No, what I think what happened
Uh-huh.
was, right, is it was the final consultation
Final
before the
consultation.
operation.
Okay.
Right,
So,
because the operation was going to be the next day.
okay. So Charlene is trying to avoid Mary Jo. She comes in a flashy red number and it's like, is she here? Is Tits McGee here? Or whatever she says. The
Julie's like, I
Titmeister.
hate when you use that word.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize you could say that back then on network television.
you could. So Mary Jo enters with no boobs. Mary Jo decided not to get it because she was being an ass. Both Quentin and Stacy said, what is her daughter's name?
Claudia.
Claudia. So both Quentin and Stacy London.
I thought you were just being a dick.
I was.
Okay. But you also couldn't remember.
I also couldn't remember it. It was a what? And his name's Clinton, not Quentin, isn't it? Whatever.
Quentin.
Is it Quentin or Clinton?
Quentin. It's Quentin.
Okay. Quentin and Stacy London. Yeah. God, where are we at with this?
Man.
Oh, so that she's being an ass, pretty much. They told her straight up, "You're being an ass."
Oh my God.
Mary Jo was like it was like two aliens land on her chest, and she didn't know what to do with them. And she said there are two things she can only handle a small cup of: liquor and breasts. But she did buy TV telephone for everybody, like the people at Poplar Bluff. She bought one for Charlene. She bought one for Julia, Suzanne, herself. JD, Perky, I think, was in there.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody just got one of these $500 phones, so she bought 6 of them.
Maybe she got a discount.
And then she calls JD and takes a picture with like her shirt back showing off her fake falsies. And then the button on the episode during the credits it shows the picture being sent and then JD's face when he gets it.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself Mr. World?
Oh, honey, Suzanne in that blue dress at the beginning.
Is there any other choice?
There's no concept.
Like,
and the way it was draped over the couch, too, I was like, yeah.
Like tits out.
The whole thing.
Oh.
She looked like a goddess.
A goddess. Well, girl, I already know the answer to this. But did you enjoy this episode?
It's my favorite episode so far in my pantheon of this show. Like, as soon as it started, I was like, I forgot how much I love this episode.
Yep.
So the answer is resounding yes, I did like it a lot.
Well, girl, as I am very, very tired.
Are you? What?
Of your bullshit, of my own bullshit, of everybody's bullshit, of this bullshit, of that
I'm mad
bullshit.
as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Would you please tell the dear listeners what you do? Because I don't know.
Yeah, because you're like, why can't you watch any of the things I send you? Hello, dear listeners. It's your favorite relation, Auntie Maim. You can find me on the social media at auntie.maim on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at Maim Ministry. If you are in the South Florida area, and you follow my socials, you'll see that I perform around the places. So my main hubs are lit in Fort Lauderdale, Villain Theater in Miami, and I host a weekly karaoke / cabaret show called Kill Your Idol on Miami, or Amazing Colossal Karaoke at Kill Your Idol in Miami Beach. So yeah, if you come and down there for a vacation, just poke me on Instagram and I'll tell you where to come hang out. And stuff. How about you? Are you okay? How about you, Mims?
So when you said the hubs, it just reminded me of that Futurama episode about Atlanta when it became a Delta hub, then it became a bigger Delta hub, and then a bigger Delta hub. Then it fell into the ocean, got rebuilt, and became an even bigger Delta hub.
I'm excited about it getting reboot.
I mean, no, it's gonna be fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims on Twitter. You can find this podcast wherever you get your Pudicasties at Baking Sugar Pod. Hey, Maim, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Mims and Maim. You can throw us some money there. Maim, we have another podcast. What is it? It's a Murder She Wrote podcast called You Slay Me Pod. Maim, do you have anything else to add?
Please make sure to check your.
And just say goodnight, Maim.
Oh, sorry. Good night, Mame.
Bye, y'all.